Okay, so we will be working on her face in this video. Mainly the right cheek and her left cheek here. We will be doing that on the next video. Before that, take a look at this here. In this reference, this part just slides slowly up to here. But I kind of like the chubbiness that is going on here in the drawing currently. So I'm looking to keep that in the middle, maybe half of what I want and half of what the reference says there should be there. So we'll do that, and we'll see after the intro. Okay, notice how I managed to brush here. Notice how I keep going through that area there where the darkest value is, and only run the brush down towards the corner of her mouth when most of the charcoal has already been applied. This pattern of application ensures that the strokes I do on the lighter area would not have much charcoal being applied to the paper or deposited on the paper as soon as my brush gets there. This technique has already been demonstrated in the previous videos, but I thought highlighting that technique would be beneficial to you. It's very good to be familiar with this technique, and the way to develop your intuition in using your brush and powder is, of course, practicing with your brush and powder. As another in another paper, maybe create spheres or shade an egg, or maybe create curves and the likes. That would be very helpful. And these studies of sorts will become a tool for you to help you become familiar with your tools, and of course help you have this intuition built in when using these tools. And of course, another tip I always say to those who are asking is, while you are working on a piece, maybe using a separate paper and practicing, creating a study there for a specific part of your portraiture would be very helpful. Also, studying the Riley method, if you've heard of that, is very useful for creating portraiture. Like, for example, you see here, as you can see, some of my strokes are actually following the Riley rhythms, the Riley lines, right? So you can see there, like for the part of the face there, the side, and then the dip in here in her eye. So as you can notice there, I'm using the Riley rhythms as a guide to bring out these forms that are barely visible in the reference. So knowing the Riley rhythms actually help you divide the face and find out the lines that are there, the greater masses, and then help you see that in your reference. Okay, so I'm actually using a smaller brush here. I think this is number 4 size brush, but I think it's a 1/4 inch to give me more precision to creating these darker, tighter spots here, and allow me to shade them with much control, better control. So I'm just adding more value, darkening the values in these spots here. I'm trying to harmonize the value relationships here from the reference, and taking hints from the reference, and of course applying that to the drawing, then taking what's in the drawing and then molding that to what I want. So of course it's not going to be 100% the same as in the reference. I think having a small freedom like that is good because it allows us to enhance certain things that we want. But then again, there are reasons why things look like that in the reference. So for example, the shade in the nose bridge here, mine is a little bit thicker because my edges are harder, but that's easy to fix. And I'm looking to darken this entire right side, her right side, later on after I've done the left side of her face. So I think we're in good shape here. If you can notice there, the shading that I'm creating from the nose that flows down to our lower part of the jaw here. So I'm trying to enhance that just for the sake of seeing it. But of course, we're going to adjust that later, or when we can actually leave it there if we want. But we'll see after we've done the entire face. Also, if you notice, the eye bags are now seem to be a little smaller now than back in the beginning of this video, right? It's very simple. At the beginning of this video, it was just a lighter shade. Now I've added the tighter shade, which makes it look smaller and tighter. But then again, I'm going to need to shade that again later on because it's a little bit too bulgy at this point. So at this stage, we're just adding more and more value, darkening the values where we see it in the reference. Of course, still following the form, just still trying to maintain that the turning of the shape of the surface. You know, just still keeping that rhythm there, that relationship, but darkening it to enhance it. So as you can see, like I said before, I wanted it to be a little bit bulgy, her cheek. So I think we achieved that there. So now just cleaning the area because it's a little bit dirty, and that's mainly because of the paper, but that's fine. It's not really that noticeable. So at this point, I think I'm a little bit satisfied at this point, but of course you can see some problems there, the nose bridge, the eye bags. But so far I think I'm satisfied with how the cheek turned out. So it's a little bit bulgy. So we'll just continue this on the next video.